Hello everybody! In this video we're going to be talking about the hello world function. So there's a tradition in computer programming that when you're learning a new language for the first time, one of the first functions that you write is one that displays the words hello world on your screen. So maybe we should first talk about, well, what is even the data type of hello world? So data types are something that maybe we've hinted at before. I think we talked a little bit about Boolean values earlier, but we haven't formally discussed them. If I just type something like hello world, we can see, okay, the colors change. This is telling me that something is a little bit wrong. It's going to want to evaluate this. So the phrase hello world is what we call a string. And the way we let MATLAB know that it's a string is we use these two single quotation marks and we can write hello world inside of them. So we see here answer is set equal to hello world. Again, the single quotations tell us that this is a string. So let's start by writing a new function. Remember, to do that, we can go to new function and let's call our function, let's call it HW for hello world. And remember, functions don't need to have any inputs, so let's just give this an empty input. And we talked about the comments, but this is a simple function, so no need for the comments. And let's try something where we just say hello world. So let's see what happens if I just save this. So it says here hello world, or HW. Remember, just as a reminder, the name has to be the same as what you call the function. Let's save it and go back to our command window. So now let me try running HW, and we can see here that it returns hello world. So that is what we wanted, but the idea is, well, maybe I want to do something with this phrase hello world. So what do you think is going to happen if I say Z is equal to HW? We get an error. So what happened here is that when we were defining our hello world function, we didn't specify what the output should be. So we wrote hello world inside the function and didn't put a semicolon. So this is what we got, but kind of we didn't specify what should it actually return. So before we fix the function, let me show you. If we go back to hello world, the first version of the function, and I add a semicolon and save it, let's see what happens if we try to run it now. So we can see here nothing gets printed. So let's go back and try something else. So I'm going to make a new function and let's call it hello world HW2. Again, we're not going to give it any input. And let's just have one output. It's going to be the phrase hello world. I'm going to delete the comments. And I'm going to have output arg1. This is equal to hello world. Maybe let's put a space. Then command S to save. Again, the name should match what you wrote in the first line. Let's save it. And if we go back to our current folder, we see here's our function hello world 2. So let's try it out. Let's say hello world 2. And we can see it returns hello world. And then again, if we try something like Z equals hello world 2, no error at all. So one more thing is, notice again, I put the semicolon here. If I remove it, save the function, and call it again, let's see what happens. So notice now, because we didn't put the semicolon, remember there was that line in our function that said output arg1 is hello world, so it's printing that, and then it's returning what we want, hello world again. So just another reminder that semicolons are very useful, and you should always use them in your scripts and functions unless you have a very good reason to do otherwise. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.